Hello, physics. Sorry I'm out today. So uh, this is what you'll be doing today. Is after you get done with the survey. Um, this is lab P.1.3 Boyle's law. This is a lab that you did with a physical syringe and a gas pressure sensor in chemistry. There's a reason we're doing it again in chemistry, or excuse me, physics, but that will be discussed next week. Um, but for now, since I'm gone, the easiest thing for you to do is be able to collect data. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you what that is. So introduction, already got it. Scenario, just draw a rough picture of a cylinder with a top that can come up or down like that. And then make sure you show like a little gas pressure sensor here, and then little gas particles in there. So that would be the scenario that you should draw there. Observations, you can make any kind of observations that you want as this thing is going on. I would expect that you should have at least 4 or 5. You can play with anything you want here. You can pump in more gas if you want. You can switch the gas. I don't care. Okay, but you can make any kind of or you can heat it over here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so you can do pretty much anything you want to make observations, but I would expect at least 4 or 5 observations. Okay. The question that we are going to ultimately do, usually we would talk about this, but because I'm not here, I have to make a video, I will do it. I'm going to say, what is the relationship between the pressure of a gas and its volume? Okay, that is the question. You will then write a prediction there as best as you possibly can. Maybe you want to do it in words, maybe you want to do it in terms of a graph, something like that, but a prediction should be had. Next, you should be able to identify what the dependent and independent variable is based on the simulation. Remember, independent is what I change, dependent depends on the independent. How will it be measured? You can just simply say using a simulation, and then the units, just whatever units they tell you to do. Okay. Make sure you list constants here. That's really important. So anything that you do not touch in that simulation when trying to answer that question, you need to list. And then you can just very briefly explain what you're doing. Finally, this is where I expect you to get through right here. Should be able to get all the data collected today. So you should have a table that is very similar. You need to recreate a table very similar to the one that you found on page 6. However, there is one slight difference here. The difference is, excuse me, is that because this is a simulation, it's going to give the same value every single time. So therefore, it's not necessary to do the 3 trials. So you can just go 2 columns. You can just go independent variable on the left, and you can just go dependent variable on the right, and make that table. And then you'll plot it, sketch the graph based on principles that we talked about yesterday. And if you have additional time at the end of class, you can go through and try to answer these questions, although you may not get very far. Okay. All right.